Over the past decades, we have become increasingly surrounded by electrical devices, to the point we formed an actual emotional attachment to them. Our appetite for energy seems to be insatiable and is doomed to only increase in the next decades. Yet, we seem to be completely clueless about our own electrical habits, let alone the whole energy system in which our everyday technology is placed. For example, have you got an idea of how much energy is required for making the coffee you're drinking? Or from which energy sources the electricity of your fridge comes from? How are we supposed to feel responsible and take action for a more sustainable future, when we are not even aware of the energy systems behind our everyday life? When everything around us is designed to hide this information for a matter of better user experience. We are now in the Anthropocene age, the present geological epoch when human egocentrism has brought the point where we are having more impact on climate and the planet than any other factors combined. It is time we decenter humans as main beneficiaries. It is time we bring values and existential reflection related to the exhaustion of our planet back into the conversation, by connecting them to everyday life and practice through design. We are aiming with this study to contribute to a gradual transition to a new paradigm of designing, which is not user-centered anymore, but includes non-human entities and their needs into the process. We are planning with this study to make energy systems behind everyday technology more transparent, by exploring a data-driven user interface which sacrifices usability for a matter of critical reflection. Our prototype consists of a Google Chrome extension displaying the source and amount of energy, related to Google's energy system. Based on real-time data about energy production in the Netherlands related to weather, the prototype will provide information about the system through two kinds of feedback. First, it will point out through visual quality loss of the browser when the energy consumed in that moment is mostly from a carbon-based source. Second, in the top right corner of the screen, there will be two icons at all times, providing information about the sustainable sources, wind and solar energy. Each participant will experience this new user interface for 4 days, during which they will daily fill in a diary. Will transparency expressed in terms of quality loss due to limitations of energy providers help users tolerate the decentering of humans and reshape their expectations in digital services? To what extent will it facilitate critical reflection during everyday life? In order to answer these questions, qualitative data is gathered in 3 phases. First, a profiling interview, aimed at exploring demographic, contextual, ideological and behavioral data related to sustainability. Then the diary, which will give insight into the participants' immediate experience and thought process while interacting with the feedback artifact. Eventually a final interview, aimed at deepening and contextualizing further the data gathered so far and filling the possible gaps. The next step will be analyzing the qualitative data by clustering it in different themes, and associate it through cross-referencing, first within participant and then between participant. The goal for the analysis is to explore the relationships between the transparency implemented with the prototype and the 5 topics of understanding, accountability, attention, reflection and user experience and, eventually, answering the research questions. Based on the results of the analysis, we aim with our conclusions to develop a list of suggestions for current and future designers, in order to contribute to a transition of paradigm of innovation towards a more than human perspective.